how to enable or disable repositories in CentOS. I am sure most of you use many Yum repositories to install softwares on any RPM-based distributions like GNU, CentOS, Fedora etc. Sometimes, you might want to install a software from a group of specific repositories, or you may want to disable all repositories, and install a package from a single repository. If you ever wonder how to do that, here you go. This short tutorial describes how to enable or disable a single or group of Yum repositories while installing softwares in CentOS. This guide was tested on Centos 7 server, however the same method should work on Fedora, RL, Scientific Linux, and other RPM-based Linux distributions. Let us get started. As you already know, we can list the number of available repositories in CentOS using the following command as root user. Sample output. As you see in the above output, I have added 2 more additional repositories, namely EPEL and REME. These are the important repositories that provides packages which are not found in the CentOS official repositories. One thing is, whenever you run yum update command, those additional repositories will be updated. So, the packages from that repositories will also be updated to the latest available versions. Sometimes, you don't want to install the latest packages, and want to stick with the old versions instead. In such cases, you can exclude a repository, so that the packages from that repositories will not be upgraded to. This will be helpful when a software needs a particular version package to work well. We can enable or disable repositories in 2 ways. 1. Temporarily enable or disable repositories while installing packages using yum command. 2. Permanently enable, disable repositories using repository configuration file. 1. Enable or disable repositories temporarily. This is my preferred method. In this method, we can temporarily exclude a repository to prevent a package from being updated. Let us see an example. The above command is disable the REME repository temporarily and update our CentOS system. To disable multiple repository, just include the repository separated by comma as shown like below. The above command will disable REME and updates CentOS official repository temporarily. You can use method to install a package too. Sample output. Similarly, you can both enable and disable a particular repositories at a time with yum command. Take a look at the following command. Sample output. The above command will disable all other repositories except the EPEL repository. 2. Enable or disable a repository permanently. This method will permanently enable or disable a repository. Usually, the repository configuration files will be saved in the /etc/yum.repos.d/directory. Let us see the available repositories using command. Sample output. Let us disable a repository, for example EPEL. To do so, edit EPEL repository file. Change the value enabled equals 1 to 0, 0. Save and close the file. Update the repository lists to take effect the changes. Similarly, change the value of enabled line to 1 to enable the repository. You know now how to enable or disable a particular or group of repositories. As you can see in this tutorial, this is very easy to do. That's all for now. Hope this guide helped you. Cheers.